Hello and welcome to the Astronomer's YouTube channel. My name is Professor Jim Caffey, broadcasting from Springfield, Missouri in our remote studios. Today, before the bottom of the hour, we have the HyImpulse mission launching from South Australia with Australian space. This is the first maiden flight of this new rocket, and we don't know what to expect from their broadcast coming up at the bottom of the hour in about 2 minutes, but we will try to walk you through this as best as we can. We should be joining them in about a minute and a half. So this is launching from the Koonibba Test Range from the company Space Down Under, and this is also called the SR75 Light This Candle launch. We're standing by to go live to South Australia as soon as this broadcast gets started. We're monitoring everything. Still monitoring for this HyImpulse launch. We'll go full screen with that as soon as they start their broadcast. If you're new to the channel, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Astronomer's channel. We try our very best to bring you rocket launches from around the world, all over the US, New Zealand, Australia, India, China, Russia, and Japan, and others. And now today we add Australia. It's a wonderful opportunity for the country and for its people. We are still standing by for Space Down Under to go live. Still standing by for Australia to start their broadcast. Checking in on the live chat. They are looking to really start very soon. They're having a few technical difficulties right now. Again, kind of uncharted territory, as we don't know quite what to expect. Standing by, waiting for Space Down Under to start their broadcast still. So this is actually a sounding rocket, the SR75 HyImpulse launch. HyImpulse is the company doing the launch. And this is going to go to an altitude of 50 kilometers, and it's a sounding rocket. So Very interesting, something different for once, and we are still standing by. We can go full screen here. Waiting. If you have a chance and you're in the live chat, be sure to tell us where you're watching us from. Today, tonight, this afternoon, this morning, wherever you're watching from. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to The Astronomers. We also have astronomy, geophysics, and geoscience. Lots of good stuff on the channel, including the landmark 10-minute astronomy series, a 46-part series, 10 minutes or shorter each one, and they cover an entire college course in astronomy. Still waiting for Space Down Under to go live with their broadcast, and so are a good 500 subscribers to their channel. They are a small company and a small channel trying to make a name for themselves. So until then, we will get some music going and come back as soon as they are live. Hello again, and welcome to the Astronomers broadcast of today's launch from South Australia of the HyImpulse SR75 Light This Candle mission. We are waiting for Australia to come on live with their broadcast. They were supposed to start about 10 minutes ago for a launch scheduled in about 80 minutes, hour and 20 minutes from now, about midnight in the central U.S. time zone, 1 a.m. on the East Coast. We are broadcasting live from our remote studios in Springfield, Missouri, beautiful Queen City of the Ozarks. And we endeavor to bring you more live rocket launches from around the world, including all of SpaceX, NASA, ULA, Blue Origin, from Australia, as in tonight, Japan, India, Russia, China, all of them. We're going to try to bring it to you here live with commentary on the astronomers. We are still waiting for Space Down Under to go live with their broadcast, and as soon as they do, we will bring it to you. So we'll go back to the full screen and be quiet and bring you music. Okay, we are back with the Astronomers YouTube channel. Today we are broadcasting the HyImpulse mission, which is a sounding rocket meant to go up to 50 kilometers, and this is being launched for the first time from South Australia. We'll start the broadcast in about 3 minutes. Some notes about South Australia. The launch facilities sit on 41,000 square kilometers of uninhabited area. The Koonibba Test Range is a partnership between Koonibba Community Aboriginal Corporation and the Southern Launch of Australia. Today's weather is ideal for a launch. Low winds, nice humidity, and a nice temperature. We'll start the stream here in about 2 minutes. If you have a chance, take a chance to like, share, and subscribe to the Astronomers YouTube channel. We offer not only rocket launches around the world live with commentary, but we also have 10-minute astronomy in the channel, 46 lectures of a college astronomy course by yours truly, Professor Jim Caffey. And along with that, lots of geoscience and other space stuff and archival footage from NASA. We broadcast these launches from around the world, from all over the U.S. with SpaceX, NASA, ULA, United Launch Alliance, Blue Origin, Virgin Galactic, all of those. And then we also go to Japan, Australia, like today, India, China, Russia, French Guiana. 1 minute till the live stream will commence with the Southern Launch. Launching the HyImpulse mission SR75, termed Light This Candle. Checking weather conditions at the launch site. Looking at a temperature of 50 degrees Fahrenheit, clear skies, 0% cloud cover, and a wind speed of 6 miles an hour. This is a suborbital flight. And let's take this full screen. Here we go, down to South Australia, going live.
Throughout the eons of human existence and everywhere in the world, from the eternal ice of Greenland to where we are standing right now, the wilderness of South Australia, people have gazed into the nightly sky and asked themselves, what is up there? Will we ever be able to explore? Brave men like Alan Shepard, the first American in space, took it upon themselves to literally rise above that final frontier, guided by the world's best scientists and engineers. Our world relies on space technology, from navigation to Earth observation to communication. We even explore fabrication in zero gravity. However, space exploration remains dominated by a few well-funded governments and companies. Now it's time to take the next step. Access to space for everyone. The sounding rocket SR75 is an easy-to-build and use rocket that will make space accessible and affordable to almost anyone. Its full composite oxygen-compatible Type 5 tank is the first of its kind to fly on a European rocket. It will be propelled by liquid oxygen and a natural resource you can find in any household candle: paraffin. It will allow the transport of payloads into space, while our specially developed parachute-based recovery systems allow for a high level of reusability. This way, we do not only minimize the costs, we reduce the impact on the environment to a minimum. Its journey into space starts here, at the Koonibba Test Range in southern Australia. From April 30th, 2024. In honor of those before us, and as a tribute to our unique technology, we name this mission after the immortal words of Alan Shepard. With him, we say, light this candle.
G'day everybody and welcome to the Space Down Under. I'm live here from the Koonibba Test Range here in South Australia. I am here for the HyImpulse launch to a 50-kilometre orbit today. So this was due to happen in the next hour or so. Just thought I'd let you guys know that I'm sitting in the public viewing area, so occasionally you will see staff going past and interrupting the flow of the camera. Hey guys. It's all right. It's YouTube. It's live. It's how it's supposed to be. All right, cool. All right, so there you go. I'm actually live here. That was part of the crew from Southern Launch. All right, so this is the live stream. I'm Josh Keegan. Welcome to all you people here. Welcome out there. I'm actually transmitting to you live from the Koonibba Test Range, as I said before. I am coming to you using a Starlink connection, and it's powered by a BYD Atto 3. I've hooked up the power to the car behind me, and I'm actually using that to power this entire setup, including the view of the launch pad. So, welcome to everybody. Remember to be kind to each other. We're all space fam, and I'm just going to, over the next hour or so until this decides to take off, I'm going to provide you with a lot of updates on exactly what's happening. So just to let you guys know, and if I can ask a question, if someone could actually have, let me know whether or not they can hear me clearly. I've had problems in the past before. And welcome to Jim Cleland, who is a long-time fan from the UK. See you again. And just remember, this is all to you today by One Giant Leap Australia Foundation. One Giant Leap Australia Foundation has actually done a lot to help support me and sponsor me through this, and I really appreciate their support. So they're live online as well in the chat. So Jenna is there, and she will be able to answer any questions about One Giant Leap Australia Foundation. So that was all just off the cuff. So over the next hour, as we count down, good morning, Josh. Yep, we can hear you. That's good. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. All right. So for reference, I'm sitting approximately 3.5 kilometres from the launch pad, looking at, so this is the public viewing area, and as I said before, there will be people passing in front of the camera because this is the only position I could actually get. So that's right, I take what I can, and I will take this position because I am more than happy with it. All right. And by the way, the reason why the camera is overexposed is because I had to beg, borrow, and scrape to get here for the rest of the equipment. So yes, unfortunately, that is a webcam, and I only just realized right now that it doesn't like sunlight very much. So, too bright. Yes, you're going to get an overexposed. Yes, Brett Berrier, you're going to get a too bright Josh. I'm sorry about that. I have tried everything I could to limit the overexposure, but this is just how it's going to roll. I apologize for that, and I apologize up front. So, all right, as long as everyone can hear me, it's all loud and clear. I just thought I'd let you know that this was originally scheduled for the 30th of April, and it is now May 3rd. It is due in about an hour's time, and again, you're going to get interrupted by people walking past. He's done it again. So this is live. So just to let you know that everything will happen, or happen at once, or not happen at all. So you know what it's like when it's live. Anyway, all right. So let's have a bit of yep. So this is powered by the Starlink, as I said. I've got my laptop here, and I had to beg, borrow, and steal to get all this here. So that's a webcam. That's the view of the launch pad is actually my neighbour's camera. So yeah. So if anybody wants to consider sponsoring me, for the next launch, then certainly would like to talk to you about that. All right, let's move right along. What's the next item on here? All right, so I just let you know about the main sponsor, which is One Giant Leap Australia Foundation. So One Giant Leap Australia Foundation is the exclusive sponsor for the HyImpulse launch, and has allowed me to be here today. So that has actually helped to contribute a lot to the overall costs of coming here. I'm originally from Brisbane in Queensland and coming to South Australia, so Seduna. I'm on the Nullarbor plain, believe it or not. Coming all the way here, yes, it is a very costly expense, and yes, it did. Unfortunately, it did take a sponsor to do that. And One Giant Leap Australia Foundation came to the rescue and helped me out with airfares and car rental and all that good stuff. So One Giant Leap Australia Foundation, I appreciate that. So One Giant Leap Australia Foundation, of course, is doing excellent work encouraging the next generation of Australian astronauts or Aussie nauts by simply giving kids or students actual real-world experiences in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics in terms of the actual space agency. All right, let's have a look. Oh, too many screens, man. Too many screens. Well, I've only got one, but anyway. All right, so One Giant Leap Australia Foundation. Oh, there we go. That's the SR75. No, I've actually done the wrong thing. All right, so yes, I'll just continue on with this. So yeah, One Giant Leap Australia Foundation. Hang on, just having a look. Ugh. Where am I? Where am I? All right. Okay, so One Giant Leap Australia Foundation actually encourages science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and gets students into those particular areas and disciplines. They do this by giving a number of free events, or hosting free events where they can launch rockets, or bottle rockets in this case, participate in global events with other students from around the world. Launch wattle seeds to space, so that they managed to do that in combination with JAXA. And they actually have a real-life NASA astronaut who has been to the International Space Station as their main Patreon or main supporter of that. So One Giant Leap Australia Foundation does a fantastic work, and in today's inaugural launch sees One Giant Leap Australia Foundation, HyImpulse and Yuri teaming up for Australian school students. In the nose cone of the HyImpulse rocket are postcards from students from around the country. Started 4 years ago, students' Greetings from Space was thought up by Jenna McCarthy and Jackie Carpenter, with the involvement of the HyImpulse's co-founders, Mario, I'm going to get this wrong, Kobold, and Christian Schmiler. I apologise up front, I'm a horrible pronunciator. They have made this possible, so a lot of students will be actively involved in this launch. So that, yes, even though that was 4 years ago, those postcards are still sitting in the nose cone of the SR75. So just to let you know that that's happening. To find out more about what they're doing, you need to go to the One Giant Leap Australia Foundation website and check back on a regular basis. They always have something going, and they always have something available for Australian school students. So just keep that in mind. And yes, I'm going to do an endless plug for those guys, because without them, I wouldn't be here. It's really that simple. So again, apologise for the overexposure and all that sort of stuff on the camera, but yes, the look of genuine concern is actually on my face, believe it or not. So yes, so if you want to get involved with all of that, and students want to actually do real-world things in terms of sending greetings from space and having postcards return on an SR75 rocket, or they do things with the Kibo. Kibo is the initiative they've run in the past, where students are actually able to program and remote control robots on the International Space Station. That's a real thing. Then yes, please go and check out the One Giant Leap Australia Foundation. And again, I'm very, very grateful to these guys for supporting me and sponsoring me to come to this event today. All right, let's press on. All right, so the other thing I'm going to say, I'm just going to do a shameless plug. So, shameless plug. So, yeah, what are the best ways to support me if you want to actually support me with doing this? Because I do know there are a few more launches upcoming in the next little while. Please remember that I actually have you can support me using Patreon. So I actually have a Patreon, so it's patreon.com/the Space Down Under. So if you want to go and support me with that, that'd be fantastic. If you could see your way clear to doing that. So What that does is it actually helps to support me do all these things because, as I said to you before, this is actually an expensive endeavor coming down here. What that does, it'll help me with getting better equipment, all that sort of stuff, making sure that I'm able to go and cover these things for you guys using my Starlink connection to go to anywhere in Australia to do these sorts of things. Just to give you an idea of distances and distances and all that sort of stuff. Driving, I had to drive in from Adelaide a couple of days ago when I first got here. That is a really costly thing to do. I had to hire a car. I couldn't bring things here. I had to be very limited on what I could bring, what I couldn't not bring. Flexible airfares, all that sort of stuff, just in case the launch got postponed. So just keep that in mind. That yes, it is a long way for me to get here. It's over 800 kilometres to do, and it was almost a 12-hour drive in an electric vehicle. That's because it takes about half an hour, 45 minutes to charge at each individual point. Just keep in mind as well, there is also a shop that I have, and there's merchandise, and you can get one of these really, really cool high-vis vests where it says on the back of it, you can be a traffic cone. Trust me, it says that on the back. I won't get up and show you. But yes, it actually says that you too can be a traffic cone as well if you want to represent the if you want to represent the space down under at some point. So yes, they're available on the shop, and yes, it's all locally produced in Brisbane, where I'm from, my hometown. So it's all drop shipped. So what that means is it's printed on demand and then basically shipped to you, and they will ship worldwide because I've done given a few giveaways and that sort of stuff, and it's gone out quite successfully right around the world. And Jim Cleland would be one of those people who actually would have been a recipient of this sort of stuff. The other thing too is, as security guys go by and gets captured on camera, I probably should angle that camera up. So there's if you want to go so far and purchase some of my merchandise, I would appreciate it. Also, it gives you the opportunity to become a stunning model for my own merchandise. So you too can actually feature on my page as well if you wish. So yes, it's entirely up to you. If you end up sending me an image, that's okay, that's fine. What I'll do is I'll use it. If you don't want to, still okay, not a problem. Let me just tell you a little bit about the mission patch for this launch. Let me just... Where did that go? I thought that was in a... Here we go. All right, the mission patch for this launch is for the SR75. The test mission, it's called Light This Candle. The rocket uses a unique combination of paraffin and liquid oxygen, which actually, paraffin in its current state is one of the safest materials in the world. Or it can be one of the safest material world, and it is commonly found in candles. This will actually push this rocket through a 50-kilometre, so altitude of going up to 50 kilometres, and it will go through a parabolic arc before it actually returns undershoots to the Earth. So either way, this is a very sustainable mission in terms of what the types of fuels and things that it actually uses. So, and that's a very, very part of the unique proposition of HyImpulse. Okay, so for those space nerds, if you want to know, Light This Candle was actually was famously uttered by United States first man in space, Alan Shepard, in 1961, when he was on board the Freedom 7 capsule. So yes, I am just reading notes, by the way, guys, because you can't memorize all of this. So anyway, all right. So Freedom 7 capsule was sitting. So the Freedom 7 capsule was sitting on top of a Redstone ballistic missile, and it was said when the mission control was actively debating around whether or not the rising O2 levels, whether or not they should scrub the mission due to the rising O2 levels, or to actually continue the mission as scrub the mission and try again the next day. With the liftoff expected at 7 a.m. and multiple delays of rain, which was also included at that time in 1961, issues with a power booster, and having to pee in his suit, Alan Shepard was understandably upset when the debate over the rising O2 levels started setting him off. He got cranky. So the actual full quote is, why don't you fix your little problem and light this candle? So he was obviously keen and ready to go. So yeah, that was something that was very, very interesting. And so the HyImpulse guys have decided to use that as their that for their logo for this today. So that is part of what they're doing. All right, let's go into a little bit more of HyImpulse and what they're all about. Let me just have a look here. I need to scroll. There we go. So HyImpulse Technologies, hang on, I've just got to get up the right graphic. Apologise, guys. Hang on, I'll just do a little bit of Alan Shepard.
T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff.
All right, liftoff, and the clock is starting. Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
So HyImpulse, and that was their first test of the using the paraffin as a fuel, and that was done in 2019. So HyImpulse Technologies was founded in 2018 by Mario Kobold and Christian Schimmer, pictured here, as a spin-off of DLR, which is a German aerospace centre. Mario received his PhD in aerospace engineering from the University of Stuttgart. Since 2010, he's been working at DLR Institute of Space Propulsion and restarted activities on hybrid rocket propulsion and advanced rocket fuels, leading to the Hybrid Propulsion Research Group. Christian, on the other hand, has a PhD in aerospace engineering also from the University of Stuttgart. So you've got to think they would have been mates in uni, and has been actively involved in developing, building and launching a hybrid sounding rockets. He has been working with German Aerospace Centre on systems analysis of rocket vehicles with a special focus on hybrid rocket systems, sounding rockets, launch vehicles and lunar landers. So what you saw before was the first test of the paraffin and liquid oxygen. It was being conducted in 2019, and that achieved a total thrust of 10 kilonewtons. What I'm going to show you now is the second test, which was conducted in 2020 at the DLA testing facility. I'm just going to skip that whole Lampoldshausen word. And the testing facility was actually the 75 kilonewton hybrid rocket motor test. So that second video you saw there was two videos in total. So the first one was in 2020 and the second one was the full flight motor test for SR75, which is actually on that rocket you can see on the pad right now. And that was actually a qualification test that was completed in September 2023. So in only 3 short years, HyImpulse has managed to go from a test environment to a full flight ready engine. And that's where they're at now. So that full flight capability engine and security vehicles and everybody parking in straight in line of sight, which is always fun. It's almost like a vehicle ballet. Look at that. Anyway, so all right, so yes, that so 3 short years they managed to get through and get that done. So yes, the HyImpulse is certainly a fast mover in this particular environment, and they are doing extremely well. I managed to get up close and personal with the rocket the other day on Monday. So it's Friday now here in Australia. I'm not sure where it is overseas, and I apologise because I don't know that off the top of my head, but. Yeah, you saw it on Monday, and it was magnificent and fantastic. So, sorry, dude, can you? Sorry, that's right. You were just on camera. A lot of people who start to think about things and stop right in front of the camera. That's all right. All right, this is live, as we can all tell, because interruptions are normal, really. Anyway, all right. So they've progressed that quickly, which has actually now led to the SR75 rollout, which is what I'm about to show you now. HyImpulse is looking at going bigger, and bigger is always better. Well, not necessarily, but more complexity, but this will be fun. So they're going to go to what is so either this launch will be a complete success, or it will be near success. So either way, they're going to learn from what happens here, and what will happen is that will go into their next rocket, which is called the SL1, so orbital launcher. The orbital launch, so once they gather the data from this, then this will all feed into the SL1 launcher. It has been indicated that it will have a total of 10 engines. I heard the other day that it might have 12, or 9. I'm not quite sure. So I think they're still settling on that at the moment. And it'll lift up the payloads of up to 600 kilos to low Earth orbit. There is potential for SL1 to be launched from Whalers Way Orbital Launch Complex in the future. So again, as I said, payload of 600 kilos to low Earth orbit. Its length will be quite a bit bigger. It'll be 33 meters in length. It'll have a diameter of 2.2 meters, and it'll be a 3-stage rocket. The engine configuration, as I said, will be 10. There's currently only 7 in the illustration that's right here, but apparently it will be 10. Heard the other day that it might be 9, but I'm not sure anybody actually knows what's going on and HyImpulse will make that decision themselves when they get there. And it has a kick stage available, and will have a kick stage available for orbit insertions or different orbit insertions, and it'll actually have a dedicated ride chair. So the whole intent of HyImpulse is to launch rapidly and frequently, and they're talking about having it on a weekly basis. So that's fantastic to have, and it's a new capability. So you may be thinking to yourself, well, how on earth did HyImpulse end up here in Australia? And I have some inside information. So I have friend of the Space Down Under is a guy by the name of Tom June. And Tom, if you're out there and you're watching, hey mate, how's it going? And he provided a February update on exactly what was happening in terms of how HyImpulse has ended up in South Australia.
Hi guys, thanks for having me. It's great to be here on the Space Down Under. I'm here to give you a brief update on what's been happening in the UK space industry over the past wee while, and what we can look forward to in 2024, especially at a time when the UK and Australia are really fostering that space partnership. So what's been happening then? Well, of course, the biggest news over the past few months has come from Saxavord Spaceport up in Shetland. They have recently received their spaceport operator's license from the UK Civil Aviation Authority, and this allows them to carry out up to 30 launches per year, which will take place over their 3 launch pads currently under construction. Now, in the latter half of 2023, construction did take a setback, with various contractors having not been paid. Thankfully, though, those debts have been settled, and additional funding has come in through grants and private investment. So all is looking good as we look forward to the first launches from there, by a launch from HyImpulse with their hybrid SR75 sounding rocket. The first flight of that was originally slated to take place from Saxavord, actually before RFA's launch. However, due to various things not being in place, that first launch for HyImpulse actually will be taking place in Australia. So you guys can look forward to that one happening very, very soon. So yeah, I can't wait to bring you all of that amazing footage and more updates from spaceflight in the Northern Hemisphere. Thank you so much for having me. Now, back to you, Down Under.
So yes, that's Tom June there. So Tom June does UK space, and he's on his own YouTube channel, and due to Jim Cleland, he's been instrumental in getting myself and Tom together to be here this launch, and to actually also to tell me exactly what's going on in the UK space news. So if you want to reach out and have a bit of a look at Tom June's channel, please feel free to do so. Tom is doing exactly the same thing I'm doing, and he's looking to do the first launch from the new Saxavord spaceport in the UK. He's looking to do a live stream from there as well. So if you can slip on by and give him a like or a subscribe to his YouTube channel, I'm sure he would really, really appreciate it. So as you can hear, guys, the wind is starting to... Hang on, wait a second. There we go. There I am. So the wind, unfortunately, is starting to pick up. So I'm not sure if what this means with half an hour to go. But yeah, it's not really good at this point. A little bit more wind. I'm not sure if that actually violates the launch parameters or not. But yes, it certainly picked up a wind. So as you can see behind me, there's quite a bit of an audience gathering at the moment. And I've need to angle the camera. Yeah, a bit of an audience gathering to actually watch this HyImpulse make its debut launch, the SR75. Just keep in mind, guys, even though there are high winds and this gets cancelled or postponed, I am still going to be here to cover it. So I've managed to, the generous people I work with, I do have a day job. A real day job. And the wonderful people I work with, some of them have actually said to me, look, it's fine, you're able to work remotely, so that's not a problem. So if it gets delayed, please just log in as usual from where you are, and they've been able to help me through that. So big shout out to Nick Clifford if you're watching, mate, and my other work colleague Bo Deegan. So hey guys, hope you're watching, and also just to let you guys know, my uncle is watching as well, Ross. G'day Ross. He's watching this live stream as well, so hopefully he gets to see me, his little nephew, now not so little, doing a live stream to the world. All right, guys. So let's continue on with the package. Even though the wind has picked up a little bit. So what is this? We're going to get into Southern Launch and what Southern Launch is all about. So, Southern Launch is an Australian launch provider with a launch complex at Whalers Way and a test range outside, test range here, which is just outside the Koonibba Aboriginal community. I think I was saying that wrong the entire time. Anyway, Koonibba. So yeah, an Aboriginal community which is located in South Australia. This is all South Australian based. So Southern Launch was founded in 2017 by its CEO, Lloyd Damp. Now I have a picture of Lloyd here somewhere. Where are you, Lloyd? There we go. That should be Lloyd. If it's not Lloyd, I don't know. Ah, it's Lloyd. There we go. Handsome, handsome, handsome bloke. So Lloyd Damp... So Lloyd actually started this in 2017 and has since grown to 20 employees who work with international launch companies to launch from Australia. So the Whalers Way Launch Complex is located near Port Lincoln, which is in South Australia, of course, because this is where it's all coming from, and was able to provide synchronous, polar, and now is able to assist with hypersonic flights. So just more detail on the Koonibba Test Range, I apologise, is that the Koonibba Test Range, where I'm currently live streaming from, provides up to 41,000 square kilometres of range area, so that's pretty significant. It's a massive, massive area. You can go up to 350 kilometers downrange, and it has an overland payload recovery, so you're able to recover your payload back if you send it on a ballistic trajectory. Now it has that 16-meter long launch rail available for customer use, and I was asking questions of Lloyd about what it can do. It can support a larger rocket, so if you want to test your rocket, I don't know who's watching, there might be someone from the European Space Agency, or there might be someone from NASA, or there might be someone from JAXA. Australia is a great place to launch these things, so just keep that in mind if you have a test vehicle that you want to test. That the Koonibba test range is actually a good place to test those things. So it actually has support from the logistics hub in Ceduna, and Ceduna is a little bit down the road, around about 40 odd kilometres, and that's where I've been staying in the motel down there. And it also has secure warehouse storage and hangar facilities available for customers, all located at the Ceduna Airport. The most notable recent development is the ability to host re-entry vehicles returning from space. So, in about that, just recently, and I mean just recently within the last few weeks, yeah, this is a little bit hard to explain, so I'm going to read this one word for word. Southern Launch has actually signed an MOU with SpaceWorks Enterprises. And SpaceWorks Enterprises is a manufacturer of advanced space transportation, including re-entry devices, RED they call them, re-entry devices, to enable low-cost autonomous returns of payload from orbit. Signing the MOU means that Southern Launch will be able to offer the Koonibba Test Range as a point of return for these RED vehicles, providing on-demand services for orbital returns. SpaceWorks has already successfully completed high-altitude drop test for NASA. You know, I have an image of that. So they've completed a high-altitude drop test and recovery in 2021, returning from an altitude of 103,000 feet for a guided aerofoil. And there it is there. So yes, I do actually have an image of that one. So there you go. So these reorbital returned vehicles are then in the next capability that the Koonibba Test Range will be able to do, returning things from space. So just to give you guys an idea, yes, on-orbit manufacturing might become a real reality, especially with the ability to land here in Australia, in South Australia. Yes, we are on the Nullarbor Plain and there is not much out here, but with the support of the local Aboriginal community, Southern Launch is looking to do fantastic things with the next phase of what's going to happen in terms of using this test range. And as you can see, there's quite a few different things that these guys are going to do. All right, so I'm just going to go to the next one, which is, where did that go? Oh. Here we go. All right, so it's me again on camera. Apologise for that. My live streams are always like this. I forget which one is which, and I do other things. So look, I've got everything set up here at the moment. So I'm crossing fingers and hoping this works. So thanks, guys, for actually having a conversation in the background, and I appreciate it. Now's the time to ask some questions if you wish. I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to do. So in terms of getting this to work, oh, it works. There you go. No, I shouldn't sound so surprised, but there you go. So questions and answers, they're going to be going through here. So Vada is also, yes, quite right. The person who is named Clever Girl. So I apologise. So yes, I'm just going to display you up there as well. Yes, Vada Space is actually looking to orbital returns from here as well. One of the unique things that they're being out here on the nullable plane, almost on the nullable plane, is that out here, there is very little air traffic. And if there is any air traffic, issuing a NOTAM is not such a big deal for commercial airlines and commercial pilots. Just because with a launch and recovery as a downrange, yeah, it's a large area, but however, with 41,000 square kilometers, yes, to avoid that in terms of aircraft or commercial aircraft going over, it's not such a large impost. Whereas I do know in the UK, the US, and the majority of the northern hemisphere, not all, majority of the northern hemisphere, there is a lot of problems you have with competing with commercial airlines who get quite upset about you impeding on their airspace. So just keep that in mind. All right. Yes, David Coleman. I know prices for Rocket Lab in New Zealand start at 5 million. Wow. How do you know that? Where'd you get that from? It's always fun to actually find out more information as I do these things from the people who are making comments on the chat. So please, guys, if you want to ask some questions or anything like that, then please ask away. This is the question and answer session. I'm trying to provide you with a bit more information, and this is your chance to ask any questions that you wish. So I'm just the window now is not responding. That's good. That's fun. Yeah. Weird. Oh, there we go. There we go. So yes, I think the live stream's taken the priority, and the chat seemed to have gone south a little bit. All right. So how many people are there watching your launch live? Ooh. Hang on. Let me turn around and have a look. About 100. About 150. Let's display that one up. Yeah, about 100, 150, I guess. There's a lot of local community here. There's a lot of the Aboriginal community here. There are a lot of watchers. There are a lot of people who actually are having a good look at all of this. So yes, there's quite a few people here. I'd show you, but I just think it'd be whited out personally. But anyway, there you go. So there's the answer to your question. So any other questions, guys? Please feel free to ask them. Okay, David Coleman said Peter Beck said it in an interview. So I appreciate that, David. And the launch window is not responding. I don't know what that means. Jim Cleveland also says it's great to hear there's so much innovation being done at the moment, and none in this NASA SpaceX community. Interesting, bold choice. Look, it's one of those things. At the moment, I believe just that this is personal opinion and speculation only, and nothing more. So basically, what this means is like SpaceX has actually had it's doing its innovation. It's doing a lot of innovation in terms of Starship and getting people to orbit, and also getting onto Mars. And it also has the lunar missions. And basically, with their ride share, that they're trying to suck up the rest of the market. And whilst that is a good idea, it may not necessarily mean that it's a good thing for people who want a faster launch time. So that's the whole idea behind HyImpulse and anybody else who's got orbital ambitions at the moment. That's any company, including HyImpulse, Rocket Factory Osberg, just to name a couple. There's also Gilmore Space Technologies, which is Queensland, which is from where I am. Those guys, they're also looking at doing rapid launch, and they're Gilmore Space is just I believe they're just waiting. I'm not sure what they're waiting for, but that's okay. Launch license, I don't know. Ready to go. Media to show up, I don't know. But yeah, so in terms of that sort of stuff, SpaceX has done a lot to innovate and push the whole industry forward, and that everybody has used that to see if they could do the same thing, because there's a new thing that happened with the introduction of the commercial space industry, is that now there is finance available, and it's a little bit easier to become a little bit easier to get these days than it has been before, which is why it's sparked this entire industry and this entire approach at the moment. So yeah, that's what's happening right now. So with all of this, I've got people wandering around, all that sort of stuff behind me. Something I've never seen in dark mode. Okay, don't know what that is. Clean windows. Okay, launch window not responding. All right. I'm just not sure my chat is updating anymore. I thought there would be a few more, unless of course you've all gotten nervous as to why I might suddenly be picking you out of this and trying to make a comment, but that's okay. All right. So what I might do is we've got 17 minutes and 42 seconds at this particular point in time when I read that out before it's due to launch. So it's starting to get a little bit more exciting now. Again, I apologize for the overexposed camera over here. It's a webcam. As I said, anybody who's interested in supporting me on Patreon so I can get new equipment, including some really good equipment, please feel free to do so. Also, if you want to sponsor me and provide some equipment that way, or whatever you need to do in terms of that, I can certainly do that. The same way as One Giant Leap Australia Foundation, because those guys are fantastic. I love everything they do with all the stuff they do with Australian students, the opportunities they give them. It's just absolutely amazing. I kind of wish I was a kid again, but unfortunately that's a long way behind me. But however, I am very childlike when I get to do these launches and all that sort of stuff, because this, and if in case you guys were wondering, I'm sure you're not, but in case you were wondering, this is the first time I've ever streamed one of these things myself. So yes, things are not going to be nearly as professional as someone who has done a live launch before, but again, this is unique for the Southern Hemisphere, and this is unique for Australia that this is going to go, because I've also heard as well that the Australian Space Agency, it has come out publicly and said this is the highest powered rocket at the moment that's been approved a launch license, which is due to kick off at 2:30. The launch is due to kick off, but yes, this is the licensing and everything behind it. This is the most powerful rocket until such time that Gilmore Space Technologies is ready to go. So, and that's what will happen with that there. So, yeah, this is very unique. And again, I apologize for all of this. I brought all this with me. I realize that some of this is good, some of this is a little bit bad, but and some of it's overexposed, and I can't help that. So I do apologize. So look, what I might do is, before everything gets to take off and starts to happen, I might take an opportunity to take a little bit of a break. I've been constantly talking for almost 45 minutes. I can do that really well. I think it was like a mouthful of marbles underwater. And I can still talk. Gift of the gab. So what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of a break, and then what we'll do is we'll come back to this particular scene right here. I'll make some adjustments to the camera, because it's just me who does all this. So what I'll do is I'll make some adjustments during the break, and then I'll come back and we'll get down to the 10-minute mark. So I shall see you guys again in just a few minutes. Wrong one. I restarted the timer. Man. Let me see if I can fix that.
Once again, you are watching live coverage from South Australia of the HyImpulse SR75 mission. Excuse me. It's been a long day here in America. And this mission termed Light This Candle, after Alan Shepard's famous words in 1961 on the Mercury 7 capsule. First American to go into space. We are standing by for the live launch coverage to resume. Noticing they have redone their T-minus clock, now reading under 58 minutes. Looking for, I'm in a chat with the commentator Josh, and I think he's just taking a break and having some technical difficulties with his watch T-minus clock. Again, if you enjoy this, take a look at our channel, The Astronomers, on YouTube. You can like and share this stream. That's very easy to do and free. And you can also subscribe. Subscribing is free. This channel is a free channel for now, so we don't have any merchandise, we don't have any super chats. It's just no staff, there's just me, Professor Jim Caffey, here in Springfield, Missouri. Like, share, and subscribe. That helps get the stream out to the YouTube algorithm and helps get this stream out there to everybody. We are trying to build this channel, so invite and share with your friends. I'm told there's a crowd of about 150 there in South Australia at this press site that I will call a press site he's doing. And checking out the live stream chat they have. They are in about, looks like about a T-minus 9 minute mark and counting, I believe. Okay, so this T-minus clock you see actually will be fixed, they say. Temperature in South Australia, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind 6 miles an hour under perfectly clear skies. The Koonibba Flight range they are launching from is a 41,000 square kilometer, mostly in uninhabited farmland, basically, out in the middle of nowhere in South Australia, which they do note makes a good bit of safety for these rocket launches. We're at T-minus 7 minutes and counting, waiting for Josh to get back here on camera.
Made the camera adjustment. Managed to fix the timer. I apologize for actually getting it wrong. I might be a little bit off center by the looks of things, but yeah, I'm back online now, and it's looking like it is good. All right, so yes, T7 accidental timer reset. Yeah, apologize for that. Thank you very much, Tim. So I'm just going to go to a different screen here. All right, let's have a look. Fun times for everyone. Yes, so yes, accidental timer reset. You're absolutely right, Tim. Oh, Robert, sorry, I apologise. I thought it said Tim. So yes, thank you, apologise for that. So it's around about T-7 minutes until the actual launch. I hit the wrong button and it reset the timer. Everything was really integrated and working well up until that point. So that means we're at T-7 minutes, and I may need to make another adjustment to that as well. So just let me have another look. Providing it actually is an on-time launch, it should be going relatively soon. I'm just checking to see if there's anything on social media that says any different. No, at this point it looks like it's going. So where's Marcus' house? I don't know. Not here. All right, so yeah, he's just not here at all. So yes, thank you. I appreciate that. By the way, thank you. I am doing this with a crappy webcam. It works well at home for a home studio. Apart from that, it's not really good out in the outdoor environment. So yes, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop yakking in a moment. I'm just going to let you guys enjoy the remainder of the countdown. I may make an adjustment or reset to that. But yeah, you guys, no need to listen to me anymore, rambling on about anything in the background. You may just hear me screaming with excitement if this actually goes. But yes, I'm going to go up to the camera now. I am the only one here for the Space Down Under. The Space Down Under is just me. I'm just solo. I do have an intern. However, costs doubled as soon as I started to think about including him. So I apologise to Jackson. I apologise, mate. Yeah, I would have loved to have had you here for the camera control, but however, yeah, everything doubled at that particular point in time when I tried to consider bringing you as well. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to return everybody to the luxurious point of watching the launch, which is that and nothing else. And yeah, you guys enjoy. Oh, which has also got me on it. So I need to correct that. So it's not me anymore, and you don't have to listen to me. How about I just click on. Remove. There you go. All yours. Enjoy. Okay, back by popular demand of one person. And if the rest of you don't like it, yeah. Sorry, guys. Oh, jeez. Anyway, all right. Crappy webcam. I'll have to remember that. I think that's the highlight of this entire live stream. I've got a crappy webcam, and I do. It's crappy, and I admit that. Okay, so yes, everything is getting exciting here. I'm just trying to see if I can move over towards the camera. So I can actually control that and talk at the same time, because yeah, it might get a little bit deafening here. So we're getting close to launching. Let me just turn everything around, so you might hear things shuffle around in the background. Yes, we're getting closer and closer and closer to launch. We're about 2 minutes out. Providing I don't kick any cables and unplug everything, we're getting closer and closer and closer. All right, we are almost there. Wind has picked up slightly. However, I don't know if that's a range violation or not. However, it is only a very gentle breeze now. It's not actually strong and blowing. So it's actually ideal conditions for this, for the let's light this candle. And that's it. Let's light this candle. Let's go. Okay, here we go. I don't see any. So remember, it needs to be loaded with liquid oxygen. And I don't see there's a LOX load at all. I don't see any bleed off. I don't see any clouds, which means that once the LOX is loaded, then basically what they do is they bleed off the excess, or the excess gets bled off as it warms up. So normally would you be steaming right about now, or there'd be large clouds. At the moment, there's not much. So maybe the launch has been postponed, or maybe it's not going to be on time as we think. So anybody who's looking at social media, please have a quick look and see if you can see exactly what's going on, if there's been any updates, because yes, even though I'm here with the guys from HyImpulse and Southern Launch, they are concentrating on what they're doing at the moment. And so, yeah, I can't actually ask any questions, unfortunately. Let's have a look. Nothing about LOX load. Now it's venting. I can see it just off in the distance. It's venting, so that means it's ready. She's ready to go. I can just see a cloud venting just off to the side. And I'm just making sure that I'm lined all this up so you guys can see it. I can see it just off to the left-hand side. You can see it towards the upper portion of the rocket is where seems to be a cloud venting, which means that it's almost close to or nearly being full of liquid oxygen. Liquid oxygen is what will actually, once they set the paraffin on fire and get it to ignite, then basically adding oxygen to it will cause the thrust and burn. So remembering today, this is a 75 kilonewton engine, and it's going to be going to a height of 50 kilometers. So that's a long way up. I don't know what that is in feet, so I apologize for people. I can't do the mental math at the moment. I am too excited. I'm too excited, and I can't wait for this to happen. So So that means they might be pressurizing. So we're well beyond the countdown timer. It is well past. It's a few minutes past. Just remembering this literally is rocket science. And of course, if it gets scrubbed, again, not a problem. I can cover that too. Just lining up the shot so that way you can see. Right, because it should be taking a northern directory toward northern ballistic trajectory, moving off towards the green patch that's off to the left there. I see no more venting, so are they pressurizing? Pressurizing for flight? Sorry guys, I can't actually check the chat, so if anybody's trying to advise me of exactly what's going on because they can see it and I can't, I'm actually stepped away from the whole laptop, so I cannot see if you're making any comments. I do appreciate them. I will go through them all once this is all over. Good. Either way, then basically what will happen is I'll go through and I'll learn some more, as always, because I, like everyone here who's watching this with me, yeah, I'm a space nerd. And proudly so too. It got me all the way here. All right. So if we see a cloud of a white cloud at the base of the rocket or just off from the base of the rocket, that is them venting, meaning that they are cool. Nothing like an interruption. That means they are scrubbing the launch. So it might be a big white cloud, and you'll see that at the base of the rocket, because what they do is they'll vent all that liquid oxygen and spread it out, which create, as soon as it hits the atmosphere, because liquid oxygen is at minus 200 and something odd degrees Celsius, to actually create liquid oxygen, 198. It's 198 coming to mind. Anyway, what will happen is at that particular point in time, it will hit the atmosphere, and the atmosphere is a lot warmer than that minus 198 or 196, and it will be a big white cloud, which means that the mission has been scrubbed for today. The clock has I've just been informed, the clock has been held at T-minus 2 minutes. So the general announcements behind me. Could be a range violation, could be anything. By range violation, I mean someone's probably out there in the range of the rocket, and we don't want it coming down on their head, which is not a great idea. All right, so it's been held at 2 minutes. I'll leave this for the moment and I'll go and reset the clock. Just a second. Okay. I've been told it's sitting at 1 minute 30. I can't reset the timer. Apologise. Can't do that on the fly. Alright. I'm going to go back to camera control to make sure that you guys see this. Alright, it was a 1 minute 30 before. I'm waiting for the 1 minute mark. 20 seconds. We are go. That means the onboard flight computers have taken over control of the launch and will self-determine whether or not it's going to go. There it goes. She's up. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Yes! Oh, there's the sound. Oh. She's gone. I can't track it anymore. Separation. Oh. Crowd goes wild. She's gone. She's out of range, even visual range. Oh, there we go. There's the trail. It has gone well beyond that trail. Apologise for missing that. But yes, it has definitely disappeared out of sight. Now we're just waiting to confirm shoots. Basically, everybody who's here, that was real. That was a very, very clean launch. Very clean. Very spectacular. Very exciting. That roar was unique. I've only heard that once before. Oh, that was just so amazing. All right. I'm keeping an eye. I'm waiting for shoots. It has disappeared completely. All right, I'm just going to return it to the range. Just a second, guys. All right, I've reset the camera. I'm still looking up. I'm still waiting. I'm still trying to see whether or not we're going to get shoots. Waiting for the shoots. Wait. You'll get to see the range and me. All right. Is this your first launch? Yes, it is. Sorry, guys. Oh, great job on my first launch. But also, it's my first launch. This is the first for Australia. Oh, I'm just so happy. Oh, that was cool. Sorry, I lost track of it on the way up. It just kind of got to a point where the camera was going to fall over and I lost track. And yeah, there's a lot of red dust around here, but anyway. My first launch and it's gone. I can't see any shoots. I'm looking around for as much as I can. Sorry guys, it's a very uninteresting view of the range. Just because it's gone, it's successful, it is magnificent, absolutely magnificent. That's a hell of a thing to watch. I don't know if you can, but please, guys, I recommend go and see it launch. because that was chilling. That was amazing. I love that. Just keep in mind, guys, I am going to be here until I see shoots. I'm going to be here until I see what's going on. Yes, you get a view of me and a boring that side. Rocket pad, which is now empty. HyImpulse managed to go. It disappeared out of sight. For those of you who are just joining us or just joining me, it has gone. It was completely successful. It's 100% successful. I'm just waiting to see if there are any shoots. What amazing job. 75 kilonewtons of thrust, just went straight up. Greetings from space for all those kids who have postcards on that launch. That is just amazing. They've gone to 50 Ks. If you had a postcard in the nose cone of that thing, oh my God, I'm so jealous. I'm so happy, but I'm so jealous. Oh, that was amazing. Oh, so amazing. I can't wait. I need to wait to see if we can get any shoots here. Oh, just that made my day. That made my day. If you can, please get to a launch. Get yourself to a launch. Did it blow up? No, it didn't. It went up. It didn't blow up. It was I know you guys didn't see it, but from my perspective, Southern Launch and HyImpulse did it. It was beautiful. I lost track. That's my fault because I'm using everything that's manual here. And yes, it went. It was clean. It was so super clean. There was barely any trail until you got to the upper atmospheric layers there, where the heat of the engines through the cold, dense atmosphere was actually creating a bit of a contrail there, which is just moisture condensing out of the atmosphere as the hot rocket passes through. It was clean. There was no boom. There was no explosion. There was no nothing. So it's 100% successful. Like German efficiency, guys. German efficiency in engineering. I'm gonna have to come down. Wow. Yeah, just congratulations to everybody. Congratulations to Southern Launch. Congratulations, more importantly, to HyImpulse, the guys at HyImpulse. From my perspective, that looked like it was very, very successful. If it wasn't 100% successful, then honestly, guys, they will learn from this. They'll get all their data back. They will find out exactly what happened, and they will only improve on it to SL1, which is their 10-engined version of a rocket, which is 33 meters, and it has a payload to orbit of around about 600 kilos. So that's what we're looking at. And perfectly timed too. The wind here is just picked up. It's like it's gotten super breezy. So that was just amazing. I still can't see any shoots. Mind you, there's a big shed right there, so I probably missed it anyway. Oh wow, absolutely. Yeah, Judy O'Neill, thank you. Yes, absolutely, without a doubt. Come on, Gilmore, I'm looking at you now. Sorry guys, looking at you. I would love to cover your launch as well. So yeah, if you want to, this is one of those times, if you want to go along and sponsor me and all that sort of stuff, please feel free to do so. Join me on Patreon, and you'll get some exclusive behind the scenes stuff. There's some images and that on there, which I was unable to share publicly, but you guys get to see it because it's all because you're a Patreon supporter, so you get the exclusive access. Also, if you're there as well on the Patreon as well, you'll also get exclusive access to my next interview, which is coming up soon, and that is with a little rocket company. A little company called Hypersonics, S-O-N-I-X, Hypersonics. They're a Queensland-based company, and they are only interested in propelling things beyond Mark 5. And I've got a tour of their facility, and that's coming up soon, very, very soon in June. So watch out for the video for that one. But if you're a Patreon supporter, you'll get exclusive access to that sort of stuff behind the scenes. You'll see all those types of things very much in similar way that I do the YouTube shorts. So yes, that was absolutely fabulous. Oh, and by the way, merchandise. So yes, if you want your own, if you want to be your own traffic cone, this was inspired by my own child who said I need to be wearing these. You're a traffic cone. I'm sure it came from Bluey, but however, you know, I'll let him have it. So yes, if you want to be a traffic cone and get a high-vis vest like I have here, please feel free to do so. There's drop shipping available and it's locally printed in Brisbane. Yes, there is a little bit of margin that goes to me that helps me with all my costs and expenses of getting to these things. Still no shoots. I'm going to stay here until I see something, or I hear that something has happened. Oh, yep, everybody's seen this spectacular thing. So this, just as a really, really interesting thing for anybody who's still hanging around and listening to me, this is a first. This is a first for Australia. This is a 75 kilonewton high-powered rocket, and it's the first hybrid engine to be triggered in Australia and go to a ballistic trajectory of 50 kilometers. So this is a first. This is an absolute first for Australia. So absolutely amazing, amazing, amazing work that's been done by HyImpulse. You guys, as soon as I saw your other videos, go and follow them on YouTube. You'll see all their videos and everything on YouTube. I downloaded some of them and I was using them for this live stream. They have made rapid progress from where they were only 5 years ago to where they are now, which is a successful test launch. And that has happened, and it's been completely and totally and utterly successful as far as I can tell. Again, watch out for all of their social media, for HyImpulse Technologies social media. You'll see they should be able to, in the next few days, next week or so, be giving a breakdown of exactly what happened in terms of this launch, and they'll be able to provide you with more details and more information of exactly what happened. So look forward to that. Still no shoots. I'm not sure if we're going to get shoots at the moment, but yes, I'm going to stay here until I see something, and then basically what I'll do is I'll clear out after that point, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get kicked out. But look, I'll go to some questions and answers if anybody. So yeah, Marcus, yes, no, it went off. It was clean, absolutely clean. Coming back to you, mate. I appreciate the fact that you asked your question and I could sort of answered it and then kind of went away and come back again and went away and come back. All right, so yes, that's it. It was, as far as I'm concerned, it was a completely and totally and utterly successful launch. So yes, absolutely amazing work that's being done. So let's have a look here. Is there any other questions? If you're still participating in the chat, please continue to participate. Yes, Smokey, this is new space. This is absolutely new space, and Australia is now included. Is absolutely now included. Good night. Good night in Michigan. I apologize for keeping you up so late or early or whatever it is. Stillwind, thanks very much for joining me from Michigan in the United States. I appreciate your time and your efforts for coming along to this. I'm just going to start reading things out. One Giant Leap Australia Foundation. Oh, wow. Answering King James, or James King. He's doing his best. He's a one-man crew following a very fast rocket. Yes. You can tell. Yeah, I don't have any of the tracking equipment or anything like that. Again, opportunity for you guys. If someone out there wants to sponsor me or sees this live stream and they want that to happen at the next launch or another launch, please let me know. And please get in contact. It's all on the website, thespacedownunder.com. You can go and find out all the information you need to know about sponsoring or joining in partnership. It could be public or private if you wish. But for this one, again, One Giant Leap Australia Foundation, and they did their Greetings from Space, which was an absolutely fantastic initiative. But let's hope those postcards come back. Let's hope they're not scalded. They should be okay. Let's hope that all happens. Yes, it was a nice launch. And then the Australians win all the Oscars. Now watch out, world. There's a lot more of us coming your way, a lot more Aussie launches and all that sort of stuff, because there's not only these guys with HyImpulse and then Southern Launch who's the host, there is also the Gilmore Space Technologies who's looking to launch theirs as well. Then there is, I think that's it in terms of rockets, but also there is Equatorial Launch Australia. They actually have done sounding rockets up in the Northern Territory. They've got a launch facility up there as well. Gilmore Space Technologies will be launching from the Bowen Orbital spaceport, which is in Bowen. What else do I need to say? Where am I going with that one? In Bowen. So yes, they'll be going from there. Very much looking forward, if I can. Not that anybody's watching, but if I can, to cover that one. But yes, in those instances, in those circumstances, yes. Look, I'd like to have better equipment. Yeah, but again, I'm permitted to go closer. I've already had some discussions about going closer. I'm allowed to go closer, but it needs to be remotely operated. And the only way it can be remotely operated out here, remember, this is Australia. This is huge. And out here, there's barely any 4G coverage, so there's no mobile network out here, or almost no mobile network out here, and then there is definitely no Wi-Fi. So I literally brought a Starlink unit to do this live stream and bring it to you guys. So yes, if anybody wants to sponsor and help me upgrade the equipment, then that's fine. Happy to do so. Still haven't seen any parachutes yet. Looking into the sun, no, can't see anything at the moment. But yeah, if any. So I'm just going to, it might be a good place to actually end the live stream, because, and then basically follow along for Southern Launch to see all the results of what happened today. Again, follow along with HyImpulse Technologies to make sure that you get an update of exactly what happened. They'll be providing more information in regard to that. I've basically talked myself hoarse. I don't think I have any voice anymore, but yeah, follow along those guys to all the social media updates. I myself follow along on the Space Down Under, thespacedownunder.com. Then there is, you'll find me on YouTube. I do the shorts and I do the interviews and all that sort of stuff. Go and have a look at my content. Yes, I know it's not great, but grin and bear it. And yeah, just go through it. I do have done some. I've already got an exclusive interview with Adam Gilmore from Gilmore Space back in 2019. I've talked to Hypersonics Technologies, Michael Smart, and the CEO. I can't remember his name at this point. I've talked to both of them. There's that interview that's there as well, talking about operating in nothing but Mark V and beyond. Then there's other videos. I've talked multiple times to Jackie Carpenter from One Giant Leap Australia Foundation. Looking forward to getting another new interview with those guys post-launch. Yes, I'm looking forward to all those types of things. So, yeah, okay. I think I've done enough. I think I've said enough. I think and again, just to let you know, I do appreciate all of you for showing up to this live stream. I do appreciate you coming out, or at least joining me online. You guys have made this all worthwhile, in my opinion, and I just love the fact that everyone is here, and during the peak of the launch, everyone was able to provide some input into what I'm doing. So, again, I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this for Australia. I'm doing this for HyImpulse. I'm doing this for Southern Launch. I'm doing this for everybody. So thank you very much for your time, guys. Appreciate you joining the live stream. And what I'll do from this point is I'll leave you be. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll bombard Gilmore Space. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. And I'll just leave it alone for the moment, and I'll return you to the launch pad, so that way, and if the camera moves, then basically I can see a shoot. Still haven't seen anything. It might have come down. I may have missed it, but yeah, look, I'll leave you guys alone. Thanks very much for joining me, and just remember, as always, I don't have a coffee cup. Remember, stay caffeinated. All right, guys, I'll see you later.
And congratulations again to Southern Launch and the continent of Australia, the nation, all the people, and congratulations to HyImpulse. There we go. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you for joining us here on The Astronomers. Again, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a tip in the description down below, and join us for our next launch coverage that will be Sunday night. We'll see you then. Be sure to check the YouTube channel for the latest updates.